Hello, hello, esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and the reason that I am sounding a bit hesitant is this is my second Doki Doki Literature Club video, and I really want to capture my spontaneous reaction to this because this is I don't know what this is. This is completely new. So yeah, so this is into the plus content. Okay, so we can look at the poems here. CGs, pretty classic. At least I love this type of I literally recorded the last video like seconds ago. I started this video, like it was like I decided to quit, and then I clicked exit DDLC, and then it was like leaving to the metaverse, and I was like, okay, I want to capture my spontaneous reaction to this. So yeah, music. I'm just kind of surprised. Never really noticed that there were different songs. Possibly. Yeah, sure. Let's do this understanding side story. This is Jekyllstein Gray plays Doki Doki Literature Club Gaiden. So who am I playing as? So is this like is this like a prequel? This is when they first met? Putting eye contact. Yeah, I'm starting to suspect that Yuri's autistic. It's interesting because Monica is a much more Western sounding name than any of the others. I definitely know what that feels like too. That like must share this thing I love. It's not her only interest. It's probably going to be a shorter video because I'm kind of like, I think I'm just going to do, well, it depends on how long the side story is. I think I'm just going to do a couple side stories and then continue on with the main game next time, maybe? I don't know, like I'm feeling that kind of post, the analytical drain that I talk about all the time. Monica's just the puppet master of everything. First I thought Monica was going to say, yeah, no, I told everyone what an inconsiderate prick you were. For not coming to a club that I gave you a flyer of. Crafty things are interesting. They require dexterous fingers, which I do not have. No, you're not. You don't give me responsibilities. Interesting. So, nature. Again, she's a romantic in the classical sense of the word. Kai. Oh, I could just hear someone saying it exactly the way it was spelled. Oh, Sayori. I just realized she is never concerned about herself, ever. Like, she is just 100% focused on managing everyone else. Like, everyone else's emotions. Oh, yeah, that's not... Wait, where's Monica? Wait, hold on. Crap. Monica went to the computer lab, okay. Yep. Okay. Yuri's totally autistic. I'm just gonna say it. Dusk Bell. I love that line. You can't generalize intelligence. There's no way to... There's no, like, fundamental, like, int stat to take a pot shot at D&D, I guess. Interesting. Again, that's like the one thing I'm much more of a sci-fi, right, fan and writer. I think much towards writing, like sci-fi than fantasy. I saw a I read a sorry, I was talking with one of my friends recently, and he said, like that George R. R. Martin is a sci-fi writer who happens to write fantasy. The Game of Thrones is a sci-fi story that I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it, but I was like, you get the picture, right? And I was like, that explains why I like the world and story of Game of Thrones more than the world of Tolkien, because it's more kind of subversive and speculative and critical. Wow, footnotes. Even Tolkien would be like, geez, going pretty hard with the world building, huh? That is interesting. The social situations are flipped. Oh, hold on. What exactly was said? Sometimes when you click through it as fast as I do, you miss a couple words, and then you're like, wait, no, that was probably really important. So I can see it the way that you do. I think Yuri is like, this is this isn't gonna be healthy. Or yeah, or maybe she's just worried that she was making. Oh God. fuck, is this how people... Is this what people... How people think sometimes when I talk with them? Because I definitely understand Yuri's fear of, like, people are going to... Like, people are just humoring me. They're not actually... They don't actually want to, you know, listen to what I'm talking about. Alright. Oh. Wait, are there more side stories? Or... I don't know, maybe... Oh, my... I don't know if this showed up on the video, but the lighting changed on my computer. Like, it got dimmer, and I realized, oh, this is the, like, my computer came on, my charger came unplugged. This is also really interesting because it's not player centric, you know, like Doki Doki Literature Club was, or sorry, the main story of Doki Doki Literature Club is like kind of critiquing how player centric everything is. You know, and this is interesting because you see these characters with the character like before the player character even comes into the scene. You know, y'all need to read Brene Brown. Despite Brene Brown having some stuff I disagree with, but yeah, the main premise is sound of her like the things she talks about a lot. So conflict avoidant after being in the debate club. No, that might be why you're so conflict avoidant. Okay. Content warning, self-loathing. Oh. You know, I don't, you know, I can't say that it, you know, like, it's, content warnings are a good thing, you know. But at the same time, it's funny because, like, when I have anxiety, when I, you know, am angry and hurt by, you know, ableist stuff, you know, it helps for me personally, it helps to, like, see that reflected in the media I consume. Like it helps me it brings me a sense of catharsis, helps me not feel like I'm the only one who feels that way, etc., you know. Then again, different people have different reactions to the same text, and that's absolutely true. And if you're going to deal with something like this, you know, this dire, you know, you should definitely include content warnings. But to me personally, if I'm having self-loathing thoughts, I'm going to seek out something that gives a content warning that says self-loathing. Probably, and also content warnings are a sign that they probably are aware that this is a sensitive topic, you know, so they probably approach it with some level of sensitivity. Yeah, Yuri is definitely autistic. Holy crap, that is so... I see myself in that. So, not just like I see... Like, it's not just like general being anxious, but like the specific questions he's asking are like almost word for word questions I've asked myself. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, it's frankly too important to her, but that's not Yuri's fault. Yuri has difficulty accepting kindness. Must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Yeah. Yep. I love these little pauses. You know, that they give it a sense, you know, like you couldn't really do that in a normal novel. You couldn't make it so. You couldn't make the pause like. You couldn't give the pause like actual temporal grounding, you know? Making the tea. Jeez. From anxiety to despair. Because when you try to articulate them, when you try to just be upfront about it, you know, they don't appreciate, they don't, you know, you learn not to do that. Yeah, pity is people. I think a lot of people who have not experienced pity, you know, not just like pity for like pity for who you are, not for your experience, you know, like that can seriously fuck you up. All fears are irrational. Instinct is a lie told by a fearful body hoping to be wrong. But just to be clear, just because it's irrational does not mean it's like something you need to crush with logic or whatever, you know. Oh boy. Haven't seen you like it all recently. She's probably fucking around in my code some more. My computer. Oh, Arta. I just realized Artemis is the character in the book. Alrighty. And this side story. So there's 6, so there's a couple I'm missing. That's good, because I don't want to get rid of all of them in one video. I'm sure Debate Club, I'm just imagining, now I'm thinking of that line from Apocalypse Now, you know, when I was there, I wanted to be here. When I was here, I wanted to be there. Paraphrased. Oh, I probably should have started with this one. Interesting. So this is like the start of it all. I really hope there's like going to be a meta aspect to the side stories. I suppose we'll see, esteemed viewers. Wait, but I thought you had Vice President forced on you. Also, by the way, Yuri, just real quick, like this is just a pet peeve, and I was trying to think of a way to phrase it. The phrase, I get what you're saying, but the phrase touching without consent evokes, this is gonna so get flagged by YouTube. But the phrase, like, that evokes some implications that you do not want to, it sounds, well, she should not have done what she did. But it's like you're making her sound like a sex criminal. That's just what I'll say. Like, it makes her sound like she's committing a horrendous crime rather than being an over-enthusiastic hugger. Anyway. Now, everyone hates me for that, I'm sure. Wait, what was that about her name already written on it? Sayori's name was already on the flyer? I thought that was the end. I was like, that was really short. Take my hand. Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. Interesting. Sounds like a Kirby. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you're the literature club president who's like perfect at everything. Brain hurricane. Yeah, you're always hungry, Sayori. Oh, now I'm thinking of... I use the phrase toxic positivity with Sayori. And now I'm thinking about Warmbo from some more news. Nurtures. I'm joining the anime club. I'm still, this is my second playthrough and I still don't know what the hell a Doki Doki is. Be interested. It is interesting because by making it less player-centric, it feels, again, they might completely decimate this in the, not player-centric, I shouldn't say player-centric. It's less player character-centric. By making it like that, it makes the world feel, like there's an artifice, like a deliberate artifice to the main story that these side stories are lacking, at least right now. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, it's Yuri. Okay, so these are all in, like, linear order. The flyer on her desk and then walked out. Yeah, you'd probably... Yeah. See, the thing is, you want the dramatic people to join your club. You want the people who have Ozymandias memorized and recite it to themselves a lot. To name a completely random example that I just pulled out of the top of my head, and it's completely hypothetical. Dude, don't go watch my channel trailer. Oh, she's gonna... I always felt, like, at least my memories of the game is that Monica was, like, supposedly always aware. But it doesn't look like that. Oh. Become the flower. Feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color of the scent is so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, pluck, pluck every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You're going to die and you too. Beneath my feet a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland. The fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. That is why I decided I must become the flower. Fuck. Alright. I think I can only take one more side story. It's interesting because this is a side of Monica that, in retrospect, is very obvious. But now I'm thinking about, the person who I know in real life who's good at everything. and totally humble about it and everything. And I wonder if she feels the same way sometimes. Oh god, this is incredibly heavy. This is interesting because like these side stories are kind of bringing aspects of the characters that were implied to the forefront. It's always like it's always funny to like think about what the anxious things you tell yourself, how they would feel, if someone else told them to you. Because like if someone went up to me and said, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein at 18 and you're 20, what are you doing with your life? I'd say, fuck you, get out of my face, Finding new members. Okay. I was also, again, like, oh boy. I'm curious as to why they use the phrase self-loathing and self-hate, because they sound pretty synonymous to me. I think loathing is kind of less intense. It's more general. I don't know. Finding myself relating to Monica, surprising amount too. This is what I get for seeking perfection, a stain. I might put that above my desk. Oh god, I'm afraid of those things. I felt that way too. Not that much, but it was fairly recent. I'm not feeling that way anymore, and I don't want to get into the circumstances surrounding it, because they're really personal and fraught, and complicated. The person who was causing me to feel that way was not doing so out of, malice, or really even just like it wasn't just the person who was. It was also a lot of. Anyway, I don't want to get into. Yeah. Yeah, well, happiness is happiness is good when it's genuine. Truth. Happiness is, when happiness comes from a place of truth and freedom, it's the best thing in the world. But when it's a lie you're telling yourself, when it's something you're forcing yourself to do, um, that's not good. I'm just thinking of that Sonic cartoon. It's like the worst place to put this. That's no good. It's not true. But I know that feeling. I'm getting a bit choked up. Oh, and that's leading into. I did an accidental memento. Alright, so. Considering the subject matter and all that just happened, my usual, selling out outro would not be good, so, I don't know, uh, I hope that you, whoever you are watching this, I hope that you I hope I think there's hope for your future and your life, and I hope things are doing well for you and improve. Yeah, so thanks, esteemed viewer. Goodbye.